Hello everybody, my name is God of Darkness 18 and welcome back to another manga video. This time I'm going to be doing the manga tag. Now, I have not been tagged to do this by anyone because I don't have any friends. Yeah, feel sorry for me if you must. Anyway, the reason I wanted to do this because it seemed interesting and I give you a little bit, I feel like I should give you a little bit of an insight into our manga collection. And yeah, I asked my followers on Instagram what do they think of me doing the manga tag, even though I've not been tagged. And they just said, yeah, go for it. So yeah, thanks guys, I'm doing it. Here it is, and as you can see I've got my empty shelf here. And you're actually going to be seeing a bit of a preview of my manga haul of November. So hope you enjoy this because a couple of questions are like relating to that. So here we go. So if you don't know what the manga tag is, it's 15 questions, and yeah, well, this is my personal take on the manga tag. Let's tune in, I guess, or something. Okay, the first question is, what was your first manga? Now, I take this question into two different sides. I'm going to show you like the first manga I read and the first manga I actually bought. So, for the first one, the first manga I ever read, I just so happen to have it in my collection. It's the Saga of Darren Shan by Darren Shan himself, of course, and Takahiro Arai. Now, I actually read this in a library, and I honestly wanted to continue it, but I could not continue it because there's a lot of volumes that were out of print. Well, not out of print, rented, and I just didn't get the chance to get it, or they were overdue. So it was a bit of a waste of my time really trying to get it. But yeah, this was the very first manga I read, and it's actually pretty good. I've never read the Darren Shan books, but yeah, this gives me a very good insight into it, I think. I've also got volume 2, if you remember, from my manga haul a couple of months ago or so. Yeah, so that's the first one I ever read. On the basis of the first manga I ever bought, I got Bleach, the first omnibus, and Death Note, the first omnibus. So Bleach is by Tite Kubo. It's one of the best known manga. It's one of the so-called big three, I think. Yeah. And also Death Note. And the reason I had to get this is because Death Note Black Edition, it's beautiful. I love this cover of light. And plus black is my favourite colour. So it went hand in hand really. So I'm super happy that this was my first manga I ever bought. These were £10 each, well, £9.99, and yeah, and I was so intrigued with the story of Death Note. I finished it within a few months after I started collecting manga, and it's become one of my favourite series of all time. And yeah, I don't really need to say much else. Bleach is a pretty good series as well. I'm almost finished it. I'm just waiting for the last omnibus to come out in March, and they've released the cover art of it, so I'm super excited to see how it's going to end. But yeah, that's my answer to the first question. Now the second question is, what was your most expensive manga? Now, I would say the Death Note all-in-one edition because I paid the full £40 for it, but I'm not going to include that, even though it is technically a manga, but again, I'm not going to include it even though it's got extra content. Spoilers. So I'm going to say the most expensive manga I have got in my collection is the deluxe edition of Tomie by Junji Ito. Love him so much. This cost me £25. Basically, at the start of this year, well, no, at the end of last year, just before Christmas, I said, can I pre-order Gyo, Tomie, and Uzumaki at Waterstones? And they said, yeah, we'll get that ordered up for you. And I said I'll come back in the new year, and I did. I got this. This was £25 on the dot. I don't care if I can get cheaper on Amazon. I can get these things because it's my money. I can do whatever I want with it, and I'm pleased to have this because it's just so good. Honestly, it's my least favorite of his 3 best known manga, Junji Ito, but regardless, it's still great. I mean, if you haven't checked out Junji Ito's works, if you like horror of various sorts, this is for you, I would think. It's pretty good. I've heard so much about him, but yeah, that's my answer. Okay, the next question is, what was your least expensive manga? Now, I am not going to include manga I've gotten for free from friends and such, because they were free. I didn't spend anything. So, in terms of that, it will have to be these volumes. I'm just about to show you. I know it's back to front, but that's the way I'm going, because I'm weird. Yeah, it is volumes 7 to 8, 12 to 16, and 18 to 28 of Lone Wolf and Cub. Now, if you don't know the story of it, on the 1st of June this year, I was actually going to see my then partner, and my mum said to me, oh, in that second-hand shop over there, there's a game that she thought I would like. And I thought, oh, okay, go and show me then. And she was like, no, I want to wait for the bus, because there was like 25 minutes to go until the bus. And then I said, come on, Mum, there's 25 minutes until the bus. Why can't you not just go in and show me? And she was like, oh, okay. And seriously, the second-hand shop was like literally across the road. Like, the camera is here. This was a second-hand shop. Simple. I was just looking around the bookshelves, and my mum said, oh, the game's not there anymore. And I thought, oh, it's probably a figment of her own imagination, which it usually is, or it was actually sold. I don't actually know like what happened to it, if anything did ever happen to it. So yeah. And then I looked at when I was looking at the bookshelves, I saw something out of curiosity. I remember seeing the spines of these 18 volumes. There's 18 volumes here, and I realized I had heard of this title before in Forbidden Planet, and I thought, oh. And I picked up number 7, which was the first one available, and I flicked through the pages and I was like, oh my god, it is a manga. And then I went to ask the store lady, the store person, behind the counter, how much for these 18 volumes of Lone Wolf and Cub, and she said £2. Now, I honestly would have paid £2 each, but it didn't sink in until I was actually about to pay for it that it was £2 for the whole lot. So calculations wise, that's nearly 10 pence a volume, and these are super hard to get for a decent price nowadays. But holy crap, I am so happy that I actually got that bargain. 18 volumes for 11 pence. I will never get over that. And yeah, 5 months later, I'm still not over it. This is always going to be known as my bargain manga. But yeah, I am so in love with the series. It's a great series overall. If you have a chance to actually pick it up, or if you want to get like the omnibus versions that they have available, I highly recommend it. If you like samurai and stuff, yeah, it's definitely for you. That's for sure. Oops. Okay, we're on the 4th question, which is, what is the most boring manga you own? Now, if you've watched my top 5 least favourite manga video, then you would know that it is The Magic Touch by Izumi Tsubaki. Now, I had to buy this because, of course, it was a manga that I found in a second-hand shop, and I want to get as many second-hand shop purchases as I can. And yeah, I bought this, and it was just rubbish. I did not like it at all. I don't like the scenario. I don't like the story. It's just, I can't say much about it. And I should also point out that Kazuo Koike and Goseki Kuchiba made Lone Wolf and Cub. I didn't see much else about them anyway. Okay, question number 5. What is your favourite manga series? No brainer. Vinland Saga by Makoto Yukimura. I am so happy I have got this up to date on the English version, of course. Volume 21 is actually out. It actually got released in August in Japan. And yeah, I am so excited for the next 2 volumes. It is a great series. It's one of my favorite. It's just, I've heard so much about it. Everyone seemed to have it in their manga collections, and I thought, oh, the thing with me is I don't actually like things that everyone says is super good, and then they're like, oh, this, you should read this, play this and such, and I just end up being mostly underwhelmed. I think What's the hype for? But this lived up to my expectations. I started reading this in February, and then back in June I got the last 2 volumes that were released, and I'm so happy I did because it's so good. It gets more and more awesome. I love the artwork. Makoto Yukimura is a fantastic mangaka. He's very knowledgeable about his story, and I just yes, just all the yes. Okay, question number 6 is, what is the most relatable manga that you own? Another simple question answer for me. It's A Silent Voice by Yoshitoki Oima. Now, the reason why this is relatable to me is because even though I don't have hearing loss, because this girl does, it's a very sad story, but I am disabled. If you know me well, I have a deformed right hand. If you've seen it in my face-to-face videos that I've done, yes, you would know that I have a deformed right hand, and I've been bullied for it, and I've gotten over it now, obviously, but back in school, it wasn't so bad, but it was a little bit offensive when people called me stuff because I'm different, and yeah, and in a sense, I've actually made up with some of my bullies, and because they're like, oh, sorry for what I did in school, sorry for being like an asshole, and I thought, yeah, that's fine. Just move on, right? And it was like, yeah, sure. And yeah, I'm actually quite good friends with one of my classmates that were actually like that, so it's pretty cool. Okay, question 7. What is one manga that you own that is based off an anime, not the other way around? Because if it was the other way around, that would be pretty easy. But for this reason, I did a bit of research, and I found out that Puella Meiji Madoka Magica is one of those. According to my research, I could be wrong here, correct me if I'm wrong, the anime came out in January 2013, and then a month later the manga came out. And yeah, I can't say much else about it because I've read the first 3 volumes, even though I've only got volume 1 in my collection. But I have read volumes 1, 2 and 3 of Puella Meiji Madoka Magica, and I want to get the spin-offs and such so bad, and they look so much fun. But yeah, I can't really say much else. That's really all I can say about that question, to be honest with you. Okay, question number 8 is, what is your rarest manga? Now, I'm going to say it's everything I have from Tokyo Pop. It's not including Bees and Gas, the collector's edition that I showed you last month. Reason being, the collector's edition is well in print. You can get it easily, and I think they're doing it for the Taro Cafe now. So yeah, that's an exciting thing. But all the Tokyo Pop titles I have, apart from Bees and Gas Collector's Edition. So I've got Dotak, Legend of the Twilight, Elicino, Archlord, Dean Angel, Dramacon, At Fairy's Landing, I Love Halloween, INVU, Jing King of Bandits, Last Fantasy, Les Bijoux, Portrait of M and N, Priest. I've got a fair few Tokyo Pop titles here, and I'm not regretting it one bit. Princess I, Recast, Strawberry Marshmallow, The Demon Auroron, Vampire Doll, and of course I can't fit it on there, but Warcraft, the Sunlight Trilogy. Even though it's the Ultimate Edition, it still is very rare, it's hard to get. And yeah, I'm so happy I have these in my collection, even though the majority of them are not complete, and I probably won't complete them because it is so hard to come across these sort of volumes. I'm so proud that I have them in my collection. Oops. Vampire Doll just sliding away. They're all sliding away, jeez. Okay. Question number 9 is, one of your reprinted manga, printed in the past but printed again by another company. And again, I had to do a bit of research on this, and it would be Parasite by Hitoshi Iwaaki. This was first released by Mixseed, I think it was, and then it was by Del Rey, and now it's by Kodansha. This is the most easily retrievable volumes you'll ever get, and I do recommend Parasite. It is a great series, and yeah, pick them up if you like horror and philosophical horror. There's a lot of philosophies in it. It's just, but it's so good. Yeah, I can't really say much else because, as you can see, Kodansha Comics, and yeah, like I say, this is the most easily retrievable copy you can get for Parasite, unless somehow you find cheap versions, of course, but for like other companies. But yeah. Okay, question number 10 is the most popular manga series you own. Dare I say anything else when I say One Piece? No, I don't. Because it's the best-selling manga of all time. I can't say much else. This has sold over 400 million copies. I don't know if that includes like the omnibuses, but holy crap, that's a lot. And yeah, I've got, as you're very well aware of, I think I've got the first 30 volumes of One Piece. I need to get up to date on it. It's such a good series. It's personally my favourite of the big three, but I can't really judge all the big three at the moment because reasons. I'm not going to say why, but yeah. I don't need to say much else. Anyway, question 11 is, what is the most damaged manga that you own? Now, I try my hardest to look after my manga as well as possible. However, somehow Bleach Omnibus 17 has got all these crinkled pages. It's just like, what the heck happened there? And the cover is about to like scratch off it easily. It's just like, it's just, I think what may have happened, I could be wrong, I think I might have accidentally left it under a heater in my old house and it just got crinkled, and which is a shame because obviously I can't read it properly now because it just like sticks and it's like, it just doesn't have a good feeling. So I've been meaning to get another copy of this for quite some time, but I just keep putting it off because I'm just like, I don't want to replace it because I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to like give it away. Well, I might give it away, but they probably won't sell it. But yeah, it's hard, but that's the most damaged manga I own. Sniff, sniff. Okay, question 12. Which manga has the most amazing art? That's easy. Vagabond by Takehiko Inoue. And I should also point out One Piece is by Eiichiro Oda. Yeah. When I picked this up, I had no idea what I was getting for. I've heard so much about Vagabond. It is one of the best rated manga on Anime News Network. And I can see why. The artwork and the story are fantastic. The watercolors, though, are so amazing. When I picked up the first one and just looked through the watercolors, I was like, whoa. And then I picked up the next three, and I kept on getting blown away. It was so good. Even in the most recent Visbig edition that I've got of it, holy crap. It is mind-blowingly beautiful. I can't really say much else. Again, it's just fantastic. Love the camera there for a second. Okay, question 13 is the oldest published manga that you own. Batman, the Jiro Kuwata Batmanga. Now, it would have been Lone Wolf and Cub, but this is part of my November haul. Spoilers. And yeah, I found out this was first published in 1966, which is 4 years before Lone Wolf and Cub was first published. So this is over 50 years old, which is mad. I think this was like 2008. Let me double check. 2014 that they finally released it in English. Holy crap. And yeah, I'm not going to say how much volumes of this I have, but I am super happy to have this. It's very affordable as well if you find it. It's only like, does it say? yeah, if you find this in a bookstore in America, this will only cost you $15, and in Canada $18. But yeah, it's just fantastic. It's even got colored pages and everything. It's just glorious. I'm not going to show you any of the artwork, but yeah, I'm so happy that I've got this. Yeah, I can't say much else. Newest published manga that you own. Again, for my November haul, it is Junji Ito story collection Frankenstein. This was published on the 1st of November 2018, so not that long ago. So yeah, I cannot express that enough. This is brand new, and I am so happy it's in my collection because Junji Ito is my favourite mangaka. And it's just, oh, it was great to just have this. And I can't find words. Honestly, I'm struggling for words. But I can't say much else because obviously this was published on the 1st of November. It was supposed to be a couple of weeks beforehand, but they changed the date like at the beginning of this month, which I was really annoyed with, but it is what it is, really. Can't say much else again. And the last question for this manga tag is a recent manga that you purchased. It is one of my most recent reads. It is Magic Knight Rarest 2 by Clamp. And yeah, I can't say much else. This is part of my November haul as well, just so you know. And I read Magic Knight Rarest 1 a couple of nights ago, because you may remember I got that in that eBay haul. And I got Magic Knight Rarest 2 on the same day I actually got Frankenstein. So yeah, and I actually finished this last night as of recording. So that would be Tuesday night. And yeah, it is basically swords and sorcery in a shoujo style, because Clamp are an all-female mangaka team. And it's so good. I love Clamp. They are probably my most sought after mangaka for their titles and such. They're so good. And yeah, I am super happy that that's a thing in my collection. Unfortunately, this got a bit creased when I was reading it, but in the spine, but I'm not going to complain. This is one of the most recent purchases I made. It's I got from Powell's Bookstore on Amazon, and yeah, it was a worthy investment. I really enjoyed it. Okay, that's the end of the video, and if you want to know who I am tagging for this video, I'm going to say go for it. If you want to do this tag, you do this tag. I'm not going to stop you. You can do it if you want to. I don't have anyone in mind to tag, but it would be awesome if someone actually mentioned me and said, oh yeah, I was tagged by God of Darkness 18 to do the manga tag, and I'd be like, yay, someone actually followed my advice. And yeah, I can't say much else, but thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and like this video. And yeah, my next video will probably be my November manga haul, which you've already seen 3 titles from, but I'm not going to the extent of telling you how much more else I've got, if I have got anything else. But yes, thank you again, and see you in the next video.